And thank you all the participants for your participation here so that I could have the chance to share with you what I want to share. Okay, so the presentation would begin with some short introduction about Lighthouse social enterprise and our activity in fending off stigma. Then I would immediately jump into describing about the K Bằng K campaign, aka the U equal U Vietnamese version. I would talk about the background of the communication. I would talk about the way that we have developed a communication direction. And to have you got a more transparent visualization of the campaign, I would also introduce to you some notable activity that have been conducted in the campaign and the outcome of the campaign. The presentation would be concluded with some of my key learning points on the reason for, on the motivation for the success of the campaign. Okay, so who is Lighthouse social enterprise and what exactly is Lighthouse? We are one of the leading organizations in working in LGBTIQ advocacy and community health. Currently, we're working on 3 main dimensions. The first one is inclusive health. We got the Lighthouse Clinic, a friendly place where individuals from the community could come and receive inclusive, friendly health service. We're also working on equal rights. We host the Stronger Together Summit, one of the most largest LGBTIQ+ platform where individuals from all over Vietnam, LGBTIQ+ representative from all over Vietnam could gather together to discuss about the issue that the community are facing. We're also working on sustainable development. We develop capacity building projects, counseling, information sharing, and some research for our advocacy. Okay, so let's have a look at our campaign. So the U equal U Vietnamese U equal U campaign was initiated by PEPFAR, US CDC, and the Health Advancement in Vietnam under the coordination of Vietnamese Administration of HIV-AIDS Control, VACC. And the development and execution of the campaign was delegated to the Lab Saigon, one of the most notable creative agency in Vietnam. They take care of the development of communication strategic direction, creative idea, and some execution. With the support of Vero, one of the leading public relation agencies in Vietnam, and the Lighthouse was in charge of social media and communication and community engagement. Okay, so this is some like a mood board of the campaign. You could take some time to look at it. And now I would talk about the communication background of the campaign. So the propaganda of the Vietnamese government, the strategy of the propaganda strategy of the Vietnamese government before the K Bằng K, the U equal U campaign was kicked off is to ignite the extreme fear among the population of HIV. So you could see in the right part of my slide, HIV is the foreseen death, HIV and drug, HIV will screw your heart, HIV and death, HIV and sex worker, HIV and prostitution. So that creates and generates the extreme stigma and prejudice from the general public toward the people living with AIDS and HIV. HIV was stick with social evils such as drug abusing or prostitution. So here we got our first mission to do, we got our first mission to do in our campaign, which is to separate the social evil and HIV, and we need to convey a positive image of the people living with AIDS and their daily life through conveying their daily life activity. The second terms of background lies in the people living with AIDS and HIV vulnerable groups. One group interview conducted by HIVN, Health Advancement in Vietnam, has shown that in terms of the HIV vulnerable groups, HIV prevention is not the top concern of the community, and people don't actively search for the HIV prevention methods because they think it's complex. And the second challenge that we have to face is that most of the people think that using condom or even have no sexual interaction is the only way to stop the transmission of HIV. So here we got a second mission to be done. That is, we need to introduce the U=U method and show them the simplicity as well as the positive image of the U=U method that could bring to the life of people living with AIDS and to the society as a whole. So after we have clear our communication mission, now let's come to the part where we shall think about the way that we think about the message, think about the way that we shall communicate with the community through the campaign direction. So the first point we need to do is, to clear our target audience. So based on the aforementioned issue that I have talked about, we have three main target audience that we would like to aim in this campaign. The first one is the people living with AIDS. And the problem is that with HIV, it seemed that HIV had ruined their life. They could not fulfill their dream. They could not fulfill their aspiration, and they could not live like other people. The second group is the HIV vulnerable groups, particularly the men who have sex with men. And their problem is that they think that HIV prevention is so complex, and they're afraid to get the information for their own. And the final one is the wide and general public. And for the stigma they have received for so long time from the government propaganda, their problem is that they think that HIV is a death sentence, and they would have to avoid HIV by all costs. So why do we need to identify the target audience? Because when we identify our target audience, it would help us to clear what we shall talk about, like what message we shall use to communicate with our target audience, and how will we talk about it, and on which channel could we convey our message to reach to our key target audience. And after we have clear the target audience, now we come to identify the message that we might use to communicate with our target groups. The direction usually come from a truth. So a truth could be found out through research and observation. And in this case, I'm sorry. And in this case, the truth had been revealed. Through the group interview of Hyvian, that is, love and relationship stay firm in the top of the people's attention, but they rarely care about HIV, a factor that could spoil their love completely because they think it is complexity. So that truth would be served as a base for us to develop an insight. What is an insight? The insight is a hidden problem for our target audience that they had not yet solved it. It's like an itch that our target audience might want to scratch, but it had not possible to do so. And when we find out an insight, it's like it's like we open a fridge, and it's like when there will be a light that's shining brightly in your mind, and that light would serve as a torch to guide you to the right direction, to the heart and mind of your target audience. So the insight we have developed here is that the people highly regard their love, but they are more afraid of complexity when it comes to protecting love. And that insight, in turn, will serve as the base for us to develop the communication direction, the direction for us to communicate with our target audience. That is, to show them what's really complex is love. And HIV is not matter because it's so simple. HIV is just a pill. And for love, you need enormous effort to spend on love, and you need enormous effort for a sustainable and passionate love. With that communication direction, we explore our message to communicate with the community, which is yêu mới khó, phòng ngừa HIV có ngại gì. Love is hard, HIV prevention is easy. So now we have cleared out our message to communicate. It's time to think about the what activity we should do, and on what channel we could do to help our message spread and went viral to the community. Okay, so yeah, so I think that this sort of table might be frighten some of you, but I could not find any more better way to have you got a transparent visualization of the campaign. And I will help you to understand this table. So, in fact, we got 3 separate campaigns conducting throughout 2018 to 2022. The first campaign, Sống Yêu, target the key population, which is the people living with AIDS. And the goal of this campaign is to help the people embracing the U equal U message, with the main key message is that I'm positive, but he won't. And the main purpose is to convey the image, the daily life image of the people living with AIDS. Until they got HIV, they could still live their normal life. And in this campaign, we do hero video to have the campaign message spread and gone viral. We got photo album, and the Lighthouse also conducted a lot of community, cooperated with a lot of CBOs to conduct the community-based event. We also got a handbook to spread and distribute to the people of the community when they come to our event. And the Lab Saigon also developed many various communication material like infographic and poster. And in terms of channel, we had choose the TV broadcast. We gained the support from the government-owned media a lot. So, and aside from that, because we want to target especially the youth audience, so that we utilize the social media such as Facebook, YouTube, and we utilize the advertising on Facebook and Google. The second campaign, Live and Love Together. Now the key population, the target audience pool extend to not only the key population anymore, but also the HIV vulnerable groups. So the goal of this campaign is to engage the wider public and amplify the U equal U message, not only in the key population anymore, but to a wider target audience, include the HIV vulnerable groups, especially the men who have sex with men or transgender. And in this campaign, we also have a short concept film, and unfortunately, because some of the technical issue, I cannot show up the video to you, but you could visit the organizing website after this to watch some of the short concept film. And we do the viral video and the photo album. And in this phase of the campaign, we got the partnership with so many big brands, such as Vietcetera, one of the most biggest news agency in Vietnam. And we got support from Durex, Grab, some local brands such as Si Song, Cổ Động, to create the tote bag and t-shirt, etc. And the last campaign, Love is Hard, is the most focal campaign. We create a lot of activity in this campaign because the target audience of this campaign is the general public. And the communication goal here is that we would like to end the stigma toward the people living with AIDS through, and at the same time, communicate about the message of PrEP plus U equal U. And when they have PrEP and when they got U equal U, they could they are like everyone, and then love for them is universal, and everyone could achieve it. Not only the people living, the white public, but also the people living with AIDS. And in this campaign, in this phase of this campaign, we organize a story collecting, which collect 1,000 96 stories from the community of the people living with AIDS. And those stories would be served as the material for the MV Yêu Mới Khó, Love is Hard. And that would also be the material for us to create the Heartbreaking Museum, which received a lot of attention from the white public. And we also got a photo album. We create some merchandise to give the people, such as tote bag, face masks, and stickers, so that when the people carrying them, that would help us to foster our image to the white public. Okay, so that is the overall picture of the execution of the campaign, including the key message of the campaign, the target audience, the goals of that campaign, the activity that conducted in the campaign, and the channel we use to spread our message. So to have you have a more transparent visualization of the campaign, I decided to introduce to you some notable activity. Let's come to the first campaign, Live and Love. So here we got a hero video. As I've talked before, due to some technical issue, I could not publish it here. So you could visit the organizing website to watch this. And we also launched various activity on the social media, and the most notable is the fan page K bằng K, aka U equal U in Vietnamese. And the fan page gained 12 million reach and engaged more than 1,000 people to the fan page to ask about the K bằng K method and U equal U method and the HIV prevention. And Lighthouse also cooperates with various CBO to organize the community event, and those events receive a lot of attention from the people and engage a lot of different groups of key target audience, such as the men who have sex with men, the gender group, and the white public. Okay, so let's come to the second campaign, Live Together, Love Together. We also have the short film, HIV and Live. You could go to the organizing committee website to watch this. We also conduct some out-of-home, which receive millions of monthly views to boost our campaign awareness. And we also gained the PR, public relations support from the media-owned, government-owned media, and partnership with various local brands to make tote bag, T-shirt. And the last campaign is the most notable. We got the Museum of Breaking Heart, which consists of 10 artwork made by 10 contemporary artists. And their work is based on the story of the more than 1,000 stories that we have collected at the beginning of the campaign. And the exhibition has received nearly 1,000 visitors and the participation, and it's reached to nearly 1 million people. So here is some image of the exhibition. And aside from that, we also produced the MV Love is Hard. The MV was produced by Kimis and Mike Phat. They are very famous youth Vietnamese artists. And the lyrics also based on more than 1,000 stories with the content focused on the barriers of love and the will to overcome those barriers to come to their true love. And the MV has received more than 1 million views on YouTube, and gained 2 minutes and 25 seconds as the average viewing time, while the total MV music video length is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So that is a huge number, a quite considerable number for a music video. So we also published a website which serves as an archive for the community to access with the essential information. The website had received 68,000 visitors throughout the execution of the campaign. We also received the partnership from the big brands such as Grab, etc., Blued, because and we received in total 10 partnerships from the big and notable brand in Vietnam, and these partnerships help us to spread our image and spread the message of the campaign a lot. So this is the overall outcome of the campaign. So in terms of the social media effectiveness, we got 5 times our effectiveness of the campaign 5 times higher than the average digital campaign in the Asia-Pacific region. And people who watched the campaign at least one time got 29 times more likely to be convinced about the message, the U equal message. And we got our advertising more than 20 times more persuasive than other digital campaign in the Asia-Pacific region. So that is a huge number and proof to the success of the campaign. So to conclude the presentation, I would draw out some of the key learning from the campaigns, and I hope that you could learn something and adapt, maybe absorb something and adapt to our future activity. And so first of all, I think the role of the community in our campaign is so very important, and we need to put them as the first of our priority. We need to engage them in every of our activity. So like in the beginning of campaign, Lighthouse Social Enterprise has cooperated with various CBO to create an event to engage the members of the community. And to the nearly end of the campaign, we collect the story to help us gain the voice of the insider. And when we have the voice of the insider, our message, our story would be more compelling, more attractive, and more emotional to draw the attention of the people. And the second factor that contributes to the success of our campaign is the engagement of the government. So we receive the support from the Vietnamese administration of HIV-AIDS control, VACC. So they have help us a lot in gaining the support of the media-owned, the government-owned media, and help us the visual of the campaign went viral at the national level. And the support from the government also helped the event organized more smoothly and more effectively. So when we gain the support from the community and the government, now it's time to think about our target audience. As I have talked before, knowing your target audience is very important, and you need to clear this at the beginning of your campaign, that when you know your target audience, you will know, and when you understand them, you will know what kind of message you should use to communicate with them. And you will know how to communicate that message with your target audience. And you would have the chance to define the right direction to come to reach to your to the heart and mind of your target audience. The second factor that is also very important is the creative idea, because the current landscape, the current media landscape is so many. We got so many sources of information. We got so many sources of news for us to consume a day, and we only have 24 hours. So how to make our campaign, how to make our message become outstanding is very important. That's rely on the creative idea. And in the case of U equal U, our creative idea is to compare love and HIV prevention. Where HIV prevention is so easy, it's just a pill day by day, and when you got the U equal U status, everything will be okay. And but for love, you need enormous effort to put in there. And the third factor, also very important, is that the tactic and channel. The tactic is the activity that we do in the campaign, like in the U equal U campaign in Vietnam. We do a lot of activity. We do the exhibition, we do the music video, we organize the community event, we made the raw communication material, we engage the support from influencer, KOL, and celebrity. So these are the activities that contribute to the widespread of the campaign. And we also need to think about the channel. What channel could we utilize to reach our right target audience? For example, if you want to target the youth audience, you could not use the print newspaper, because little youngsters read newspaper day by day, right? What you need to do is to target the social media channels, such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. So yeah, and the final factor is that one thing that due to the frame of the presentation, I need to clear that out of my presentation. That is the support from the white community. In that case, is the influencer, celebrity. So the campaign you got a lot of support from the artists and celebrity. We got a support from Miss Hanie, from Suboy, a very famous artist, and many other celebrity. And because they got the love from the white public, they are very influential. So when they share our campaign, it would help the image and the message of the campaign more, get to the public more easier and more compelling. All right, thank you for your attention, and sorry for the organizing committee for a little bit time over.